Good morning, boys and girls. I am Sakina Kankuni. Welcome to a new episode of Grade 5, Book 5A. Today, we are going to talk about episode number 4, Unit 1, Our Heritage, Our Pride. We'll focus on grammar. Before starting, let's get back to your previous homework. Your homework was on Pupils Book, page 23. Make sentences about life in the past using the past simple tense. Let's check your answers. In the first example, we had people in the past didn't have electricity. They had paraffin lamps. We have to use the pictures and write sentences using the past simple. B. They didn't live in modern houses. They lived in mud houses. C. Kuwaitis didn't watch TV. They told stories. D. They didn't have yachts. They had dhows. I hope you answered it correctly. Your other homework was add the suffix ness to change the adjectives into nouns. We had weak, sick, fit, dark, soft, bright, and good. This was on Pupils Book, page number 27. Let's check the answers. We have the adjective weak plus the suffix ness gives us a new adjective which is weakness. We'll use it in a sentence. She has muscles weakness. Number 2. We have the adjective sick plus the suffix ness gives us a new noun which is sickness. Let's use sickness in a sentence. I was absent because of my sickness. The next one we have the adjective fit. When we add the suffix ness gives us a new noun which is fitness. We'll use fitness in a sentence. Dad exercised for his fitness. The next one, the adjective dark with the suffix ness gives us a new noun which is darkness. Let's use darkness in a sentence. The room was in full of darkness. Next, we have the adjective soft. If we add the suffix ness gives us a new noun which is softness. Let's use softness in a sentence. I liked the softness of the blanket. Next we have the adjective bright plus the suffix ness gives us a new noun which is brightness. Great job. Let's use brightness in a sentence. Mom bought the ring because of its brightness. The last one we have the adjective good plus the suffix ness gives us a new noun which is goodness. We'll use goodness in a sentence. I'm proud of my grandfather's goodness. That's all with our previous homework. Let's move on to our grammar for today. Remember, the subject I takes have, and the subjects he, she, it takes has, and the subject you, we, they, like the subject I, take have. So, if we have a singular subject like he, she, it, we'll add has. And if we have the plural subjects like I, you, we, and they, we use have. Our grammar for today is the present perfect. Look at this example and the picture. My brother has broken his toy. My brother has broken his toy. To make a sentence using the present perfect, we need a subject. In this example, we have my brother as a subject. Then we use have or has, and because my brother is the singular subject, we use has. Then we'll add the verb in the past participle form, broken. We have the verb break, and the past participle form of the verb break is broken. Then we'll add the rest of the sentence. In this example, we have his toy. Let's see more examples on present perfect. Before that, we'll go through the rule. We have the subject plus has or have according to the subject if it is singular or plural. Then we'll add the verb in the past participle form plus the rest of the sentence. Before examples, I want you to remember that we have two kinds of verbs. We have the regular verbs and the irregular verbs. If we have regular verbs, we'll just add ed. And if we have irregular verbs, in this case, we have to change the verbs totally. Let's look at more verbs in the regular form. We have the verb visit, in the past visited, and in the past participle visited as well. We just add ed because it's a regular verb. The next verb we have play. In the past it is played, and in the past participle it is played as well. We add ed because it is a regular verb. Next verb in the present we have watch. In the past it becomes watched, and in the past participle it becomes watched as well. We just add ed because it is a regular verb. The last verb we have here is stay. In present, stayed in the past, and stayed in the past participle form. We just add ed because it is a regular verb. Now, boys and girls, let's look at some more examples on the regular verbs. We have the verb finish. In the present, in the past finished, we added ed, and then the past participle finished as well. We added ed. Next, we have walk in present, and walked in the past, and walked in the past participle. We notice that in the past participle form we added ed like in the past tense or in the past form. We have the verb paint in the present, painted in the past, and painted as well in the past participle form. We just add ed because it is a regular verb. The last verb we have here is call. Call in the present, and called with ed in the past, and called as well with ed in the past participle form. Remember, regular verbs are same as in the past and the past participle. We just have to add ed. Now let's move on and see some irregular verbs. Remember, in regular verbs we just add ed to change the verb from present to past participle or from past to past participle. But in irregular verbs, they are totally changed in the written form and in the pronunciation as well. So we have the verb go. In the present, it becomes went in the past and gone in the past participle. The next verb we have see in present, saw in the past, and in the past participle seen. We have the verb write in the present, and wrote in the past, and written in the past participle. The last verb we have make in the present, made in the past, and made in the past participle. Remember, boys and girls, these verbs change totally because they are irregular. They changed in the past and in the past participle form as well. Let's look at these examples. Number 1. I have cleaned my room. I have cleaned my room. Here I have the subject I. It's a plural. That's why I have used have. Then we have added the verb in the past participle tense, cleaned. We added ed because it's a regular verb. Then we have the rest of the sentence, my room. I have cleaned my room. Look at this example, boys and girls. Here we have the subject he. So I have used has. He has traveled to London. Here we have the verb travel. We added ed to change it into past participle. He has traveled to London. And it is a regular verb. Next example we have, they have watched a movie. They have watched a movie. We have the subject they, it's a plural subject. That's why I have used have here. We have the verb watched. It is a regular verb and I have added ed to change it into past participle. And a movie is the rest of the sentence. So the sentence is, they have watched a movie. Now let's look at the negative form of the present perfect. Let's look at this example. Salim has not finished his homework. We have the subject Salim. I used has because I have a singular subject. And then we have added not to negate has, plus the past participle of the verb finish, which is finished, and we added the rest of the sentence, his homework. So to make negative, I have to use has not. Salim has not finished his homework. Let's remember the rule. Subject plus has or have plus not plus the past participle, and then we add the rest of the sentence. Let's look at more examples. She hasn't gone to the cinema. She hasn't gone to the cinema. She is the subject. Here I used has and added not to make it negative. It becomes hasn't. She hasn't gone is the past participle of the verb go. She hasn't gone to the cinema. Go is an irregular verb. So the past participle of the verb go is gone. She hasn't gone to the cinema. Look at this sentence. I haven't flown to Canada. I haven't flown to Canada. Here I have the subject I used have and added not to make it negative, so it becomes haven't or have not. Then I added the past participle of the verb fly. It becomes flown and it is an irregular verb. And I have added the rest of the sentence to Canada. I haven't flown to Canada. Let's look at the next example. They haven't visited the zoo. We have the subject they. That's why I used have. And I want to negate it. I will use not. They haven't or they have not visited the zoo. We have the verb visit. It is a regular verb. I just added ed to change it into past participle. They haven't visited the zoo, and the zoo is the rest of the sentence. That's all with the examples, boys and girls. Now let's move on to practice. I want you to correct the verbs between the brackets. She has write an email. You have to change or correct the verb between the brackets. In this example, we have the verb write. Take a minute and think about the answer. That's right. She has written an email. It's an irregular verb. That's why I have changed it from write to written. Next we have I have buy a camera. I have buy a camera. Take a minute. That's right. I have bought a camera. I have changed the verb buy to bought into past participle, and it is an irregular verb. Next we haven't visit Dubai. We haven't visit Dubai. We have the verb visit. That's right, boys and girls. Great job. We haven't visited Dubai. We have the verb visit, and to change it into past participle, I have added ed because it is a regular verb. We haven't visited Dubai. Now, boys and girls, let's move on to present perfect questions. To ask a question, I will use have or has plus the subject with the rest of the sentence. Let's look at this example. Have you ever? If I want to answer this question, I will say yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Let's practice. Have you ever been to فيلك? Yes, I have. Have you ever seen a zebra? No, I haven't. Great job, boys and girls. Let's look at this example. Have you ever painted a picture? Yes, I have. Have you ever made a cake? No, I haven't. Great job, boys and girls. Now, I want you to choose the correct answer. Let's read the paragraph together. My sister has becomes, or became a doctor. She is, was, or has studied medicine in London. I didn't, or haven't, or don't gone to her graduation party. Our mother has, is, or was bought her a lovely present. Take a minute and think about the answer. Great job, boys and girls. My sister has become a doctor. She has studied medicine in London. Next we have, I haven't gone to her graduation party. And the last one, our mother has bought her a lovely present. That's all with the practice, boys and girls. Your homework for today is on Pupils Book page 25. I want you to read and choose the correct answer. I'll do the first one with you. My friend Ronaldo has arrived from Spain. We have visited Kuwait National Museum. We've seen some old things on فيلك Island. That's all with the episode for today. In this episode, we learned present perfect tense. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye for now.